So we can find out the point from the characteristic impedance. So these kind of characteristics impedance are known as normalized impedance. That's not the real type of characteristic impedance, because when we find out it, we have to multiply it with the characteristic impedance to find the real value. Okay, that is the normalized value. Now if it is a practice, now if that is not r minus, if it is r minus j omega c, then what should it be happened? Okay, now we have to go to the capacitance side. That means that is the capacitance. The minus will be on this part of the curves. Okay, let's take 2 minus j, that means 1j ohm. Okay, first of all we have to find out whether the 2 number circle is, that is the 2, the radius of 2 circle is here. Okay, and whether the curve of 1.0 is there, whether the curve of 1.0, we have to find out there 1.0, that is the 1.0, this point. Okay, so if we want to just get the point right now, just zoom out the factor to understand it clearly. Okay, whether the 2 points, that is the point 2 in this circle, that is the point 1 in this curved line, it will travel through this line, the curved line, and whether the 2 circle and these 2 coincides in that point, this point is the required characteristic impedance. Now if we just take another value, if we just take that will be 3 minus 0.7 j ohms. Okay, if that's gonna be happen, so what will we do? That is the circle 3.0, and where is 0.7? We have to find out 0.7. Okay, where is 0.7? That is 0.5, that is 0.6, that is the 0.7. Yes, that is the 0.7. Now we have to travel through this, we have to travel through this line. You can print out at your own and draw at your own in your home. You just print out the PDF that I have given in the lecture module, that is just go through to this curve. Now that is the point of confliction, and that is whether the 3 cuts in the 0.7 curve, that is the point of r minus j omega c. So my dear students, to have a recap on it, first of all, the line that resides the middle of the straight line, that is the resistance or conductance, that means the real value, and the upperwards, that is inductance, the lowerwards, that is the capacitance, and all are represented as the curved lines. So imaginary parts are represented as curved lines, and the real parts are represented as circles. Now there are some mathematics that we have to find out SWR. How that can we find out SWR, or voltage minima or maxima? In some of the mathematics, this type of notations are seen, 0.5 lambda or 0.19 lambda, or this type of notations are quite seen in our context. How that can we deal with it? How that can we find it? So if we want to find out it, so we have to see on the mathematics whether the wavelength, that is the value of wavelength, whether the wavelength is toward generator or toward load. We have to first of all find out that is toward generator or toward load. My dear students, if you gradually look onto the Smith chart, you can really find it out. Here is the, I can zoom it out for you. Here is the factor that you can read here. I can find it. That is the thing. just read this line. That is the direction. That is the direction. Wavelengths toward generator. So that is 0.00 from 0.4 to that is the direction of generator. If the mathematics that you have, that you should solve, that when you are solving this mathematics, if you see this kind of thing, that means the whether the wavelength is towards generator, so that should be counted from this arrow sign on this direction. And if the mathematics has been given to you, the thing has been written to you like that, wavelength toward load, so that is 0.00, that will be the scale. You should see here, not here, you should see here. If it is generator, so you have to take all the scale points from here, okay. If it's not, so you should go through to this another thing, that wavelengths toward load. What is the wavelength toward load? You have to go through here from 0.02 the downwards. That is the line 0.04 point whatever else it might be. So my dear students, that if that is 0.5 lambda, and if that is towards load, what it should be? It should be at that point 0.49, 0.48, 0.50. That means just like the point here, because after getting through it, it will be again 0.0. Okay. And if I tell you that it is towards the generator 0.19 ohm lambda, so what it would be? Go back to the scale and find out where is 0.19. Where is 0.19? You have to find it out. Where is 0.19? The 0.19 is here. The 0.19 is, if it is generator, the 0.19 is here. Okay. But if it is not a generator, if it is the towards load, so you have to find out in the second circle, the lower circle. That is 0.161, that is 0.16, 15, 14, 17, 18, 19. That is the 0.19. If it is towards load, and whether you should count from the lower words. You have to find out from 0 to 0.19 lambda. So my dear students, that is the thing, that some kind of mathematics of stub matching or all the things have been calculated by this method. So in the context, I have to show you that is the wavelength towards generator, and the scale below that is the wavelength toward load. So if any mathematics are just like 0.5 lambda from the minima shift, from the maxima shift, so you have to technically just calculate it from these scales. Okay, if it is from load, that will be the lower scale. If it is from generator, that will be the upper scale. You have to read the mathematics clearly, then you should proceed on to it. Now another important thing is, how can you find SWR? That means a standing wave ratio. If you want to find out a standing wave ratio, you have to look around that whether the normalized impedance is given. So let us go to the fact.